Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you a few of these Anna Griffin die sets. I would say try out, but I've already used them during the Crop at Home 4, but they are now available there on HSN. You might find them on Anna Griffin's site themselves. As far as pricing, the last I checked they were better on HSN, but you know, who knows, because they kind of go back and forth sometimes. But I will have them linked in the description box, and those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're purchase items to those links. I'll link them through HSN. Of course, you have the craft day. You have your 750 cart and all that kind of stuff. So these are items that, like I said, were in the Crop at Home 4, and I just love them. So I really want to share them with you. Obviously, we did a whole unboxing. If you want to see every sheet of paper that's in the Faded Rose collection or like Phoebe collection or the Virginia, I will link my unboxing in there because I showed literally back and front of every single sheet of paper in those kits. So you guys can check that out, along with like the borders that are in the kits and, you know, a sampling of like the embellishments, because there's a lot of embellishments. But, you know, you see the flowers, you kind of have an idea, the flourishes and stuff like that. So these are the dies, and I know with HSN they have them separate, so they have the borders and the frames, and for whatever reason they have the name mixed up on that, but that's okay. So it says frames, and it's actually the borders on that link, and then where it says borders, it's actually the frames. But, you know, I'll have them named correctly in the link. When it goes over there, you'll see it says borders, and it'll actually be these frames. Does that make sense? But in here, I'll have them listed correctly. So again, with HSN and YouTube, it might be the little shopping bag, might be the word shop, but definitely in the description box, if you expand that, you'll have all the different links there. And I am so like blown away by these, so I wanted to share them with you, and I'll probably just die cut a few of them. Just to give you an idea, I was going to do every single one, but that does take a little time, even if I'm going to use my M-Press, you know, to run them through, but you get the idea. So I think with these guys, maybe I'll cut the larger ones so you see the base, you know, how that looks for these guys. And then we'll do some of these guys. So I don't know if this tells you the name of them. Oh, that's funny. Look at me, mixing up my border and my frames also. Yeah, it doesn't give you names, but it's like, she had like ruffled ribbon, and I think this one's like the smocked border is what it was called. I don't really remember the other names of the other two, but it's neither here nor there, I suppose. What else was I going to say about that? I guess that's it. I already mentioned on Anna Griffin's site itself, she has not put the Crop at Home 4 box like for sale for just everybody to pick up. She had it there during the warehouse sale after the Crop at Home 4 for like the people who attended Crop at Home 4. But it's not there yet. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, it is there, but I have not seen it, and I've been stalking the site so I can let you guys know. So, haven't seen it. But they do have the paper packs of Julie, the collections, and they do come in that plastic bag like I showed you this guy, which is really nice. These guys, I think they're just sold on their own, just with the plastic that they're usually in. At least that's what it looks like. And then we'll do some of these borders. So what I'm going to do is just grab some pretty paper. Really, I'm going to cut these through metallic paper because that's how you really see the pop of what's going on with these guys. So and I'm just going to use my M-Press here. Did I unplug it? No, it's on. And I'm going to run it through, and I use the M-Press plates and things. These will go through any other machine, no problem. I like to put them in my Hello Hobby machine from Walmart. If you're using another machine and you really want the embossing, you might have to run it back through with the rubber embossing mat, however your machine does that part of it, you know. But for right now, with these guys, I've noticed what's funny is it works really well. Just the two cutting plates, and these are the original M-Press cutting plates I've had, guys. I've never popped another one in. I think they're cracked. Is one of them cracked? Or is that, oh, no, that's something else. Oh, actually, it's my other plates that are cracked. It has a crack down here. And maybe you're not supposed to keep using cracked plates, but you see this, there's like tape stuck to it. It's been cut into hundreds of times. Next time, what I'll do is, if I bring out a new set of plates, is not cut into one of them. I cut into both of them. You know, whatever. That's kind of a rookie move. You want to keep one pristine. If you're cutting into the magnetic mat, or like the magnetic mat that comes with it, or like, you know, is intended for the M-Press, then these shouldn't be cut into either. They will start getting like impressions on them from the die, but not cut into. But what's funny enough is that this works really well. So for, maybe it's the same thing if you're using a magic mat. I just used the two cutting plates and this guy, and that works great for these frames. For the borders, for whatever reason, I really do have to use the metal shim also. I don't know, they just don't cut as well. And I don't know, maybe it's too many intricate things in the one area. I have no idea. So for this, let me just grab some paper here. Literally always have bundles of this kind of paper with me, and I mean, any one of these will be great. Let's do this copper color because I have plenty of it. Why not? Yeah, too bad it goes that way. So these are our 5x7 frames. And then, well, it's not a frame, it's a matte layer in my opinion. But if you pair it with the other die, it's a frame. And I already went through all these things in that unboxing, so if you're really interested in knowing every single thing, check out that unboxing video. I may have mentioned they're 5x7, I may not have, I don't know. Okay, so again, I run these through my Platinum 6. It doesn't matter, they're all interchangeable, these machines. If for some reason it's too intricate, you might want to just figure out a different sandwich, you know. But I'm going to take this, and I'm going to press the run, because it's not automatic like the Gemini. You see how it's not that loud? I don't know why I put the Empress away, I'm going to be honest. I just decided not to use it anymore. But my Gemini Junior was just like, I was like, okay, I'm done with that. See how marred up this is? And you see how pristine this is? It doesn't even affect it, so, you know. I don't know. Everybody has their preference. But yeah, so you saw I just cut into that, and that's perfectly great, and it has the things. So when I was first doing the Crop at Home 4, I left the metal shim because I was like, oh yeah, I usually use the metal shim. And then these guys were getting a little wonky. You know how sometimes it happens when your die cut machine has too much pressure and it just makes it really wonky? Just a little bit, right? So I was like, hello, remove this. I don't know what in my head. I was like, no, I have to have that in there. But it's like, no, and it still cuts perfectly great with the embossing and everything. So this is a mat from the Dollar Tree, possibly Daiso. Magic Mat from scrapbook.com. They all do the same kind of thing. So I will take each of the larger ones, just to show you those guys. These little guys, I don't really know what I'd do with them. Maybe on a card, would be cute. Maybe that's where you put your sentiment or something. I don't know. The smaller ones, again, I mean, you can put a little something in there, maybe stamp a little something. I think they're just kind of there. For me, it's the two larger sets that I would work with. I didn't give a lot of measurements, I don't think, when I did this in the RV, because I don't even think I had my ruler with me. So that's the one's, you know, 5x7. You have another layer. And then even these guys, they are different. So it's kind of nice because what you're getting is concentric sets, right? Even within the different die sets. So something to think about, you know? That's actually a nice added value. It's really, in my opinion, 5 sets of the frame dice, you know, those kind of dice. But like this guy, it is just under 5.5 inches, and then 3 3/8 in the other direction. So if that gives you some idea of those kind of matte layers, you can obviously put them together. I didn't even think about that, to be honest, with having like this guy looks larger than like this guy, and then this guy, and that guy, and then this one right in between here. You also have this matte layer, and they're all kind of concentric. So that's really great, actually. Well, alright, I'm going to keep cutting. I'm just going to grab different things, and hopefully I can use them on a scrapbook page or something. Like this time I'll do this green, why not? And I'll run through the other two, and we'll take a look. Trying through the last one. Funny enough, this is the only one that has like bits cut out of it, where this one, they're just kind of solid. And then this one has the die cuts. So let's see if I needed to put a metal shim with this guy. I don't remember. I don't think so. Yeah, no, perfectly perfect. There we go. And we can take these little bits out. You know, I mean, there's just so many ways. And of course, you can put these on card base. This does not have to be a scrapbooking thing. I mean, none of this does. The card collections or the paper collections are gorgeous, of course. And, I mean, that's just, you know, a given. And I know when I did my unboxing, I was not sure about that Faded Rose, but I am telling you, that's like my favorite collection now. I think every collection we worked with as we were going along, I'm like, this is my favorite one. But, I mean, it is really lovely. So I put that back on here. And I'm going to scrape this down. We're going to talk about that instead of picking at it. I usually do this over the trash can. Get those things picked off of there. But let's take a look at these gorgeous things. So, again, that one has... Oh, I didn't actually... I poked it out, but I didn't pull it out from the back. Come on. Well, that one's really stuck down. There we go. Is that it? Okay. I mean, gorgeous. Super pretty. They're all really, really pretty. And different, right? I mean, these two were the most similar in my opinion, but it is different. And then this guy. And my paper moved a little bit. I was like, but you know, I can do a little something with flowers there and still use this piece, so I'm not too bummed out. If you saw my video earlier, you know, you can imagine maybe having another layer. I don't know if it'd be the blue one, but something like that. Maybe this guy over here. And then maybe another layer from the same dies, maybe some pattern paper, you know, whatever. And that can go on a 5x7 card base. Okay. Beautiful. I was just so impressed with them. They're just so pretty. Okay. What I realized is that I don't have a lot of 12-inch paper. Or at least like metallic papers. And I thought, excuse me. And I thought, what is that about? You know, if I got away from scrapbooking, I got away from really caring if my paper was 12-inch paper. So Anna's been including 8x12-inch paper, and that's fine. Because obviously on the 12-inch side, you still get what you need. So I'm going to go and look in my stash. I did order a few packages of 12-inch paper during the sale on Anna's site. You know, whenever HSN has them, they usually have some kind of larger bundles like that. Larger size paper. So definitely if you're interested in the borders, you're going to want to grab that. If you're making cards, then it doesn't matter so much because you're going to cut it down anyway. But I really love this one. And again, this one goes with that one border. I forget what she calls it. They have the background piece, so definitely, these are definitely 12 inches, and they'll go right to the edge of your paper. This whole thing is 12 inches, so I put it really close to the very edges of the paper and run it through, and if it's a little bit off, it's not the biggest deal, but it will go right to the edge of your paper from here to here. This one, these guys are usually a little bit smaller. Let me see if I can give you, yeah, like this one is, I would say 11 3/4, but a little bit bigger than 11 3/4. So this, when you have a 12-inch piece of paper, you will get a full cut. This one, you might end up a little bit shy, just because, I don't know, that's what she's been doing, that she does it like that every year. So that's just what it is. But let me grab some paper to show you how I do this, especially if you don't have long cutting folders or, you know, a bigger cutting system. Just run as much as you can and then run the rest of it through. And I always show that, but you know, I don't know where people are in their journey or where they're watching or when they've been watching, so I will do that for you guys right now. But let me grab some, hopefully, metallic paper that is 12 inches. Funny enough, I do have this kind because I always order the gold paper. I just don't have any other like fun colors. I do have a black set, which would be cool, and you know, her black is like kind of matte, more of a satin look. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this down. It does look really nice when you do have another border behind it, so that's lovely. But I want to show you these intricate ones. And so I'll bring that out. I'll bring this guy out. And we'll pop this on here. And can you believe I did this the whole weekend for the crop at home without any tape? I will show you with tape though, but I was just holding it the whole time. So you want a little tape, something to help you out there. Look at that, it moves anyway. That's kind of why I was like, eh. And then, you know, as much sandwich as I can get, I don't care. But put as much as you can to fit in there, right? So I'm going to run this through, and then we'll run the rest of it through. And that's it. And I was just doing it by eye, by hand, like, no tape. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so let's run. And I did put that metal shim back in. It is a tighter fit. I don't know if you can hear the machine a little more serious about it. Now this did move on me, which is not typical. It usually doesn't. I probably cut it too close, but that's okay. So I am going to put this back on here. It did shift. Sorry guys, that's just what happened. I don't know why. The whole weekend it didn't do that to me, but of course when I'm making a video it does. And I can edit that out. But either way, I'm not going to. You can take this and you can see where it finished cutting. Obviously if you have it taped, that's better because it'll help you a little bit. And then you're going to put the rest of it. So wherever you can have a full sandwich, overlapping a little bit of what you cut before because you want it to make sure you meet up and you're not leaving a gap there. Put your sandwich back on. You can always double check. And that's just if you don't have big plates, right? If you're making a card and you don't care about the whole like 12-inch border, then it doesn't matter that much, right? Alright, so now I press run. That is so funny. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it at all. And I guess I was taking more care too because I was holding on to it and making sure it's guiding through nicely. And right now I just let it go through and it moved on me, but that's okay. Alright, there you go. Not too bad, not perfect. Why am I having such a hard time with it today? Anyway, look how pretty that is. So with this one I would probably use it for a card. I would cut it there. Let me show you another one because I didn't do the best example that time. Let's do another one. So there are 5 designs here where the other one had 4 designs, you know what I'm saying, as far as what's going on, but let's take this guy. By the way, my favorite is like this ruffle. It's simple and it looks so pretty. So anyway, all right. No, I was even in my RV, I was cutting this thing like right to the point because I like to save my paper. So I wasn't leaving a lot of paper left and right. But let's do a better job guiding it through this time. Even right now it's sliding around. And then we'll see where we... Let's see. Hopefully I'll have better luck. Let me clear out some of this stuff too. I'll be right back. So let's pop that on there. Let's pop this on here. Again, all the way to the very tip there. And you know what? I really twisted this one. Maybe that's the difference. Last time I was just... And I would hold it just like this. I'm like trying to hold on to it. No tape for some reason. You see how bent these guys are? Okay. So I'm going to guide it through better this time. I'm going to hold it. And what I mean by that is at the very end of my sandwich, I'm holding it. Okay. So let's press run. Keep holding that sandwich. So we don't shift too much. It still moved a little bit once it got really in there. So we'll see. Yeah, why am I having that issue today? That's weird. Okay, let me try it again because it went off the side and I know if I keep it leveled, it's going to keep going off the side. Oh, the other thing that's funny about this is, let's say you wanted this to be, I don't know, whatever size. Maybe you just need 8 inches, but you want it to end nicely like this. You can definitely look at it and line it back up because it's repetitive and run it back through just that piece and you'll have a piece that has the ends that are whatever sizing you're looking for, right? But either way, you can measure the whole thing and see how it's kind of going off right there. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna leave myself more paper. I really haven't, I don't know why I'm getting these issues. Guys, what is the issue here? Alright, let me clean this off and we'll try it one more time. What's going on? Anyway, I turn that over and try the back side of it. You know what, let's try this one without that guy. And I'm putting in the middle of this strip, that way if it shifts a little bit, it shouldn't be the biggest deal. And I'm still gonna guide it, I'm still holding on to it. It's just that you can only do that so far, the machine takes it over, you know? So, much better. I think it might have been a little too thick, which is so funny, because the other day, I needed it to be thicker, it wasn't working out for me. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So just removing that metal shim. So just try it out. Obviously I went ahead and used my nice papers, but you can always try it before. Again, that's where it ended. I'm going to overlap just a little bit and then run the rest of it through. My goodness, I was like, what is going on? I was having a really easy time with it, if you saw my videos. Also, I have the larger plates. I just don't know where they are. Because when I put this machine away, I must have put everything away, you know, and I should have kept it together, but I didn't. Now I'm like, where are my big plates? I do not know. Okay. Ah. Okay, well anyway, we can clean this guy out. And there you are. All right. Success. Again, you know, this happens. I just had to play with the sandwich. I'll be right back. I just took a moment to weed it out, but there you go. And they're so pretty, and I'm sorry that I, you know, had a little struggle there. Let me run a couple more through so you can check them out, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I know I told you I had an assignment to do here, but I wanted to show you. I wanted to finish that one off, the one that was like going crooked, and I just did what I told you guys. I just lined the end of it up with this. Now don't run it all the way through, because if you do that, you're going to cut this again. You don't want that. You just want to overlap it, right? And I brought this to the end of that where it matched up the best, and then I ran it through and it cut that off for me and it's perfect. And now I have this piece that is totally customized, and you can do this with all of them if you think about it. And it's 9 1/4. You know, that's just what it ended up being. But if there's a goal that you're looking for, like, oh, I want this to be 8 inches, you're going to look at your pieces and see which one would make the best sense of doing that with it, you know, and then going for it. But look at that. That is so cute. And then this is the 12-inch one. And they both have perfect edges. Dun dun dun. I'll be right back. course, I put the metal shim back in, and I'm doing this. It didn't move, it didn't shift, everything's great. Like, ah. And the reason I put the metal shim back in is because this one didn't cut all the way through. This is the thinner paper, the cardstock, than like your gorgeous, you know, super thick metallic cardstock. So I can see why it did that. And so what's funny is I did cut this edge really nicely, but this one I'm just going to cut with a my trimmer. Because no big deal. It was just that side. But again, you know, as you're working with it, I should have thought about that. Hello, this paper is much thinner. It needs that metal shim. And look at that. Perfect. Did not shift on me. Of course, when I'm showing it to you guys, it makes me look like a fool. But again, you gotta just try it out. If you're, you know, again, fearing for your paper, I would run a scrap through and see what it looks like. And then do you need to shim it or not shim it, you know? You go from there. This guy, I'm just going to put this on my paper trimmer and just trim that piece off. So I don't know the sizing on this. I just kind of eyeballed where this edge was and where this edge was going to be, and then I sliced that piece off. This paper is this really cute polka dot paper I've had for a long time. I think it's from Basil cardstock, and look how cute it is. So you can see the little polka dots and then still the ruffles. This guy, remember I had kind of messed that up because of the way it shifted. So another thing you can do with this one, so lovely and nice and wide, is just take that guy and cut it in half, and then you can miter. You know, if you run 2 pieces through, you'll have 4 pieces. So I ran it through twice. So you have 4 pieces. Hold on. Moved a little bit on me down here. That's good. And you just cut it in half. And you have these 2 pieces that you can layer behind, you know, another whatever lace or thing you have, paper, you know, whatever it might be. Take these guys and miter them themselves. Put them like this, and you can miter it, and then you'd have however many, you know, whatever it is you want to do. Obviously, you can cut them all down to do mitering in different sizes. So yeah, that one's really lovely. We have this one, and then we have this one that's a little more decorative, a little thinner. These are so cute because, like, let's say you have this guy, the ruffles, and maybe you pair something like this up together like this. That's cute. Or maybe this little guy peeks out from underneath these ruffles. You know, or however you want. I can't get that. Something like that. Or, you know, the ruffles can go on top of this one. Right? I mean, there's all kinds of ways to play with them. I think that's really cute. Can peek out from underneath. There's so many ways to layer these guys up. Of course, for scrapbook pages, look really gorgeous. Cut it down 5 by 7. I mean, if you cut a 7-inch piece off, you still have the 5-inch piece you can play with on a card, right? Or however. I mean, you guys, there's just endless ways of playing with these, and they're so pretty. To me, I like the lacy one on top, and then the other guy kind of hanging out from underneath. I mean, these are gold and gold, but I would go a different color on that one. And then again, just making it perfectly finished off. I think that's lovely. Obviously, this one has shifted, so that's why that looks like that. But if it hadn't, you can imagine perfect rounded beveled edge, just like this one. I was just such a fan of these, so I did want to take a moment to show them to you. Again, if you want to see every paper up close, I have videos on all that. And I mean, there are just so many ways to play with these guys. You can miter a frame behind this guy, miter a frame with this behind this guy. How pretty is that? Or all of them, right? And then they have the ones that coordinate, right? So these 2 are the same style. This is the one that just kind of stands out. This one is the ruffle. This one has that cute little, just the border that goes with that one. And then this smocked border. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. Thanks for sticking around, seeing how I kind of had to change things up to make things work, and that's just part of it, right? And I'll see you all at the next one. All right, bye now.